Bill Jasper, senior editor of the New American Magazine. I'm here in Rapid City, South Dakota at the FreedomFest 2021. And it's my pleasure now to introduce you to Daniel Harmon. He is the creator of Tuttle Twins, the Tuttle Twins movie. Yep. Tell us about yourself, first of all.
So I'm a content creator, and I'm a father of 7 kids. So I'm really passionate about freedom and these ideas. And so when the opportunity came to make a show based on the best-selling book series, I jumped at it, and that's what we're doing.
When were you introduced to the Tuttle Twins books?
So I've been a friend of Connor Boyack, who's the author of the Tuttle Twins books. We've been friends for years. And so when he published his first book, The Law, I bought it up immediately, read it with my kids. They enjoyed it. I loved it. And I bought every book since. And so I've been a fan of the books for a while. And we've been using them as educational tools in our family for a long time.
Now, the new animation cartoon show that you have coming out, Tuttle Twins, is based on which book?
So the first episode is based on his first book, The Law. So in the show, the Tuttle Twins have a grandma with a time-traveling wheelchair. And they go back in time to visit Frederick Bastiat while he was writing The Law in France. And so they are able to learn from their time travel adventures. Then they go to the Wild West and see how that's applied with a small government with a sheriff in a little town in the Wild West. And that's kind of one of the advantages of using a cartoon, is we can illustrate things very visually and in a fun way with kind of jumping all over history with this time-traveling wheelchair.
And this is pretty amazing, but it's Connor Boyack distilling down a very profound philosophical work like The Law by Bastiat, and now you've brought it to life in animation. That's quite an accomplishment.
Yeah, so I think it's something that kind of happens naturally. He's done a really good job of making it clear for kids. And in fact, to the point when parents read it, they're often opening their eyes for the first time of like, wow, I'm actually understanding these principles. I'm getting these ideas for the first time. And it lends itself very well to animation because, again, you can add in more of a visual component of it to illustrate how things are happening. And we're having the goal with the show is to create something that's entertaining enough that kids just want to watch it as a fun show and a fun adventure and characters that they care about. We want them to pick this as entertainment over their options on Netflix and Disney Plus and YouTube. And then also they're getting education along the way. So where the books, I would say, lean about 90% into education, about 10% is more entertainment. This is kind of swapping it the other direction, where the show is largely an entertaining thing, but then it's got the same core principles that are part of it that are carrying through from the books.
Now, a big part of this was first getting the financing for it, because it is not cheap to do a first-rate type of animation program.
Yes, so first off, we've got some private investors that funded the first episode, and we made an animatic out of that, and that's just a collection of storyboards that kind of show you what the animation is going to look like. We then did a crowdfunding raise for investors. It's not like Kickstarter, where you donate money and then you get a free T-shirt or something along those lines. As cool as these free T-shirts, these aren't really free, but as cool as T-shirts are, instead you're actually investing in the show. So when it succeeds financially, you'll succeed as well. So we had over 9,000 investors that got involved with the show, and we became the #1 crowd-funded kids show in the history of the world. Actually, we raised $3.7 million through the crowd to fund the first season. So it's not just a first episode now. There's going to be 12 episodes for this first season. So we're really excited about that.
And depending on how that goes, then we might see more episodes after that.
That's very much the goals. We feel like the ideas and the principles of freedom are timeless and will always have application throughout time. And so we feel like this can go season after season after season, and that very much is the goal, for it to be a financially sustainable show It needs to be able to be picked up on different distribution platforms. It needs to be able to earn money through merchandising. 70% of revenue for kids shows actually comes through merchandising. And that's a lot of what we're going to be depending on, is really getting it out there as much as possible and allowing people to immerse themselves in the show and the brand with, different, apparel or toys or things along those lines. So we really want them to be able to dive deep into these characters.
And ultimately, right now it will be available on Tuttle TV, TuttleTwins.tv.
Yeah, the website is TuttleTwins.tv. For people that want to follow along, you can put in your email there and be notified, because what's going to happen is the show will be available in the fall through a free app. So you can download it on the App Store or on Google Play, and you can watch the episodes for free there on the app. And it's following the same model as The Chosen, which our distributors, Angel Studios, who also distributes The Chosen. And so it'll be for free on an app, and the first episode will be available for free on Facebook and YouTube and those kinds of sites. So we're trying to get the word out as much as possible, but they're in the fall.
And then ultimately, are there other platforms that you'd likely be on?
Yeah, we're working on that. We're hoping to find much wider distribution than what we have now with other platforms, but that's all in the making right now. We've got a really good distributor with Angel Studios, and the show's free, so there's not going to be a lot of barrier to entry for people to watch it and experiment with it.
Well, it's very exciting, and congratulations on the film. Everybody's going to be waiting for it eagerly. I'm going to get a preview right here in the theater that you have set up in the tent back here. And so, again, Daniel Harmon, and you and your brother run the company, right?
So I run Tuttle Twins, and my brother is the chief content officer of... I actually have two brothers. One that's running Angel Studios, our distributor, and the other one that's a chief content officer of Angel Studios. And my brother Jasper, he's also an executive producer on the project. So he was actually the first one that invested in it. So yeah, we're doing this as a big family affair.
Very good. That's TuttleTwins.tv. Go there and see the new animation. It will be available in
the fall. We're shooting for September.
Excellent. Thank you very much.